Welcome to Speak English Confident. I'm very happy you're here today. Take a slow breath with me. Many English learners around the world share the same hidden habit. Before they speak, they apologize. They say, "Sorry for my English is bad, I cannot speak well." Maybe you have said this too. Today, we are not talking about grammar first. We are talking about something deeper. We are talking about the psychological shift, the moment when you stop apologizing for your English and start leading conversations. Because confidence in English does not begin with vocabulary. It begins with permission. Permission to speak, permission to be imperfect, permission to take space in a conversation. I feel a little nervous already because I always apologize. Even before I start talking, I say sorry for my English. It feels polite. Yes, and that is very important. Most learners apologize because they want to be respectful. They don't want others to judge them. But here is something powerful. When you apologize for your English, you send a message to your brain and to the listener. The message is, I am not confident. I am not equal in this conversation. And slowly, your brain believes it. That feels true. When I apologize, I already feel small, like I am asking permission just to talk. Exactly. Today, we will gently change that feeling. Let me ask you something. Imagine you meet a person who speaks your language but not perfectly. Do you expect perfect grammar? No, not at all. Actually, I feel impressed when someone tries. Yes, most people feel the same. People care more about connection than perfection. But many learners carry an invisible fear. They believe English is a test. Every sentence feels like an exam. Yes, that's exactly how it feels. When someone speaks English to me, my brain becomes slow. I start thinking about, welcome to Speak English Confident. I'm very happy you're here today. Take a slow breath with me. Many English learners around the world share the same hidden habit. Before they speak, they apologize. They say, sorry for my English is bad, I cannot speak well. Maybe you have said this too. Today, we are not talking about grammar first. We are talking about something deeper. We are talking about the psychological shift, the moment when you stop apologizing for your English and start leading conversations. Because confidence in English does not begin with vocabulary. It begins with permission. Permission to speak, permission to be imperfect, permission to take space in a conversation. I feel a little nervous already because I always apologize. Even before I start talking, I say sorry for my English. It feels polite. Yes, and that is very important. Most learners apologize because they want to be respectful. They don't want others to judge them. But here is something powerful. When you apologize for your English, you send a message to your brain and to the listener. The message is, I am not confident. I am not equal in this conversation. And slowly, your brain believes it. That feels true. When I apologize, I already feel small, like I am asking permission just to talk. Exactly. Today, we will gently change that feeling. Let me ask you something. Imagine you meet a person who speaks your language but not perfectly. Do you expect perfect grammar? No, not at all. Actually, I feel impressed when someone tries. Yes, most people feel the same. People care more about connection than perfection. But many learners carry an invisible fear. They believe English is a test. Every sentence feels like an exam. Yes, that's exactly how it feels. When someone speaks English to me, my brain becomes slow. I start thinking about mistakes, and then I forget simple words. This is called performance pressure. Your brain moves from communication mode to survival mode. Instead of sharing ideas, you try to avoid mistakes. And when the brain feels danger, language becomes harder. So today's psychological shift is simple. English is not a performance. English is participation. You are not performing English, you are participating in life. That sounds nice, but how do I actually stop apologizing? It feels automatic. Good question. We do not remove the habit by forcing confidence. We replace the habit with a new behavior. Let's look at a real life situation. Imagine you join an online meeting at work. Before speaking, many learners say, "Sorry, my English is not good." Now listen carefully. Instead, try this sentence. "Thanks for your patience. I'd like to share my idea." Do you hear the difference? Yes. The first sentence sounds weak. The second sounds professional. Exactly. You are not apologizing, you are appreciating. Let's practice together. I will say the old habit, you transform it. Ready? Ready. Sorry for my English. Thank you for listening. Beautiful. Again, my English is bad. I'm still learning, but I'd like to explain. Perfect. Do you feel the emotional change? Yes, it feels stronger. Not arrogant, just normal. That's the goal. Confidence is not loud. Confidence is calm permission to exist in the conversation. Let's talk about another real situation. You meet new people at a social event, maybe a networking event, maybe a friend's party. Someone asks you, "So what do you do?" Many learners panic here. I panic immediately. My mind goes empty. I start thinking grammar, tense, pronunciation. And then what? I speak very short sentences, and sometimes I apologize again. Yes, but strong conversational speakers do something different. They focus on connection, not correctness. Let me show you two versions. Version 1, apology mindset. "Sorry, my English is bad. I work, company, marketing." Now, version 2, leadership mindset. "I work in marketing. I help companies connect with customers." Which one invites conversation? The second one. It sounds clear and interesting. Exactly. Leading a conversation does not mean speaking perfect English. It means giving clear ideas. Here is a powerful secret many learners never hear. Native speakers also make mistakes. Fluent speakers also forget words. Fluency is not error-free speech. Fluency is comfortable communication. "I think I waited too long to speak because I wanted to be ready first." That is very common. Many learners believe confidence comes after fluency, but in reality, fluency grows after confidence. You start speaking first. Confidence follows action. Let's explore a deeper emotional moment. Imagine you are in a group conversation. Everyone speaks fast English. People laugh, ideas move quickly. What happens inside you? Honestly, I become silent. I understand maybe 70%, but I'm afraid to interrupt. I worry my sentence will slow everyone down. Thank you for sharing that. Many listeners feel this too. Here is an important mindset shift. You are not interrupting, you are contributing. Conversation is not a race, it is cooperation. Let me teach you 3 powerful phrases that help you enter conversations naturally. Phrase 1, "Can I add something?" Simple, polite, confident. Phrase 2, "That's interesting, I have a similar experience." Now you connect emotionally. Phrase 3, "Let me think for a second." This phrase is magic. It gives your brain time without apology. Oh, I like that one, because silence feels uncomfortable. Exactly. Silence becomes comfortable when you control it. Let's practice a mini role play. We're at a dinner conversation. I will start. "I think remote work is changing how people communicate." "Can I add something?" "I feel remote work helps shy people speak more." Excellent. You entered the conversation smoothly. No apology, no fear. Now continue. "That's interesting. I had a similar experience during online meetings." Beautiful flow. Notice something important. Your English did not become magically perfect, but your presence became stronger, and people respond to presence more than perfection. I realize something now. When I apologize, I focus on myself, but when I share ideas, I focus on communication. Yes, that realization changes everything. Confidence grows when attention moves outward. Instead of asking, "Am I speaking correctly?" ask, "Am I connecting with people?" Let's talk about another emotional barrier: accent. Many learners apologize for their accent. Have you ever felt this? All the time. I hear my accent and immediately feel embarrassed. Your accent is evidence of courage. It means you speak more than one language. It means your brain works across cultures. The goal of English is clarity, not accent removal. Let me ask you again. When you hear someone with an accent, do you think less of them? No, usually I think they're intelligent. Exactly. Your brain gives kindness to others, but not to yourself. So today we begin a small practice. Instead of saying, "Sorry for my accent," try saying, "Please tell me if I'm unclear." Do you feel the difference? Yes, one sounds insecure, the other sounds cooperative. Perfect observation. You are inviting understanding, not apologizing for existing. Let's slow down. When you said participating instead of apologizing, something changed in my mind. I suddenly remembered many moments when I stayed quiet, even when I had ideas. It wasn't because I didn't know English, it was because I didn't feel allowed to speak. Yes, that feeling is very real. Many learners believe confidence comes from language ability, but often confidence comes from identity. You are not only learning English words, you are learning to see yourself as a person who has a voice in English. And today, we continue that shift. Let's talk about something important: conversation leadership. Many learners think leadership means speaking a lot, but leadership in conversation actually means guiding energy. You help the conversation move forward. So, I don't need long sentences? Not at all. Sometimes one simple question makes you the strongest communicator in the room. Let's imagine a workplace situation. You are in a meeting, people discuss a problem. You understand the topic, but you feel unsure. Your brain says, "What if my sentence sounds strange?" So you stay silent. Has this happened to you? Many times. After the meeting, I think, I should have said something. That after-meeting regret is very common. Here is a powerful truth. You don't need perfect language to contribute value. You only need one clear idea. Let me give you 3 simple leadership phrases. Phrase 1. Can I share a quick thought? This phrase prepares listeners. It sounds confident and respectful. Phrase 2. From my experience, this is very strong English because nobody can argue with your experience. Phrase 3. What do you think about this idea? Now you invite collaboration. You are not just speaking, you are guiding discussion. I like that. It feels safe but confident. Exactly. Confidence grows when language feels usable. Let's practice together. I will describe a meeting situation. You respond naturally. Ready? Ready. The team discusses customer complaints. Can I share a quick thought? From my experience, customers want faster replies. Excellent. Notice something important. Your sentence was simple, but it sounded professional. Fluent communication is often simple communication. Many learners imagine fluent English as complicated English, but real fluent speakers use short, clear sentences. That makes me feel relieved because sometimes I try to sound smart and then I become confused. Yes, many learners try to impress instead of express. Let me tell you a secret. Clear speakers are remembered more than impressive speakers. Now let's talk about another emotional challenge: interrupting. Many learners feel afraid to enter a conversation because they think interrupting is rude. Do you feel that?
Yes, especially with native speakers. They speak fast. I wait for silence, but silence never comes. Exactly. Natural conversations rarely have perfect pauses. Confident speakers use soft entry phrases. These phrases allow you to join smoothly. Here are some powerful examples. Sorry to jump in. Can I add something here? That reminds me of something. These phrases are socially accepted signals. You are not interrupting aggressively, you are participating naturally. I never learned that. I thought I must wait for an invitation. That belief keeps many learners silent. In global English conversations, people expect participation. Your voice is welcome. Let's try a role play. We're colleagues discussing travel plans. I start. I think business trips are exhausting sometimes. Sorry to jump in, but I actually enjoy business trips. I like meeting new people. Perfect. You entered smoothly. Now continue leading. That reminds me of my last trip to Singapore. The team dinners helped communication. Wonderful. Do you notice how you guided the conversation? Yes, it feels active, not passive. Exactly. Passive speaking waits, active speaking connects. Now I want to explore something deeper. Many learners believe confidence means speaking without fear, but real confidence includes fear. Confident speakers feel nervous too. The difference is action. They speak while feeling nervous. That changes my understanding. I always thought confident people feel relaxed. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Confidence is not emotion control, it is behavior choice. You choose to speak even when your heart beats fast. Let's talk about the brain for a moment. When you speak a second language, your brain works harder. You translate ideas, choose words, monitor pronunciation. This uses mental energy. So hesitation is normal. You are not slow, your brain is working. That makes me feel kinder toward myself. Sometimes I thought I was bad at languages. You are not bad. You are processing complexity. And here is encouraging news. Every time you speak, your brain builds faster pathways. Speaking is training. Silence delays training. Let's practice another everyday scenario. You meet a new coworker. Instead of apologizing, you lead the interaction. Try this opening. Hi, I don't think we've met yet. I'm Alex. Simple introduction. Then add curiosity. How long have you been working here? Questions reduce pressure. Yes, when I ask questions, I don't worry about grammar as much. Exactly. Questions are confidence tools. They shift focus from performance to connection. Let's build a small conversation together. I am the coworker. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. How long have you been working here? About 2 years. Oh, that's great. What do you enjoy most about the job? Excellent. You are now leading the conversation. Notice how leadership does not require advanced vocabulary, just curiosity and structure. Now let's discuss another common emotional experience, comparing yourself to fluent speakers. Do you ever listen to others and think, my English will never be like that? Quietly, yes, especially online. I watch videos and feel discouraged. Comparison is one of the biggest confidence blockers. You see someone's fluent moment, but not their learning journey. Every fluent speaker once searched for words. Every confident communicator once felt awkward. Instead of comparing level, compare progress. Ask yourself, am I more comfortable than 6 months ago? Actually, yes, I speak more now than before. That is real success. Language growth is gradual. Small improvements become big confidence over time. Now let's introduce a powerful mindset exercise. I call it the conversation ownership shift. Instead of thinking, they are judging my English, think, we are building understanding together. Communication becomes teamwork. I like that idea. It removes pressure. Exactly. You are not alone carrying communication. Both people share responsibility. If misunderstanding happens, it is normal. You can say, "Let me explain another way. Maybe I didn't say that clearly. What I mean is," these phrases show confidence, not weakness. I never panic when someone doesn't understand me. Most learners do, but misunderstandings happen even between native speakers. Repairing communication is a professional skill. Let's practice. I will pretend I don't understand you. "I'm not sure I understand. Let me explain another way. I mean, customers want faster email replies." Perfect recovery. That moment, when you continue instead of apologizing, builds powerful confidence. Now let's explore emotional courage. There is a moment every learner experiences. You know the words, you want to speak, but fear whispers, "Stay quiet." That moment is the turning point. Confidence grows exactly there. Each time you speak despite fear, your identity changes. You become a person who speaks English. It feels like training a new version of myself. Yes, you are expanding who you are, not replacing yourself, expanding yourself. And here is something beautiful. Your personality does not disappear in English. Your humor, kindness, intelligence, they all exist in English too. You just need practice expressing them. Let's do a personality exercise. Finish this sentence naturally. One thing I enjoy after work is... One thing I enjoy after work is walking and listening to music. Lovely. Now add feeling. It helps me relax after a busy day. Beautiful communication. You shared information and emotion. That is real fluency. Fluency is emotional expression, not vocabulary size. There is a quiet moment many English learners experience. You finish a conversation, and suddenly you realize something. You spoke longer than usual. You shared an opinion. You asked questions naturally. And only afterward you think, "Oh, I was actually confident." Confidence often arrives silently. It does not announce itself.
Yes, I had a moment like that recently. I was talking with a client online. I expected stress, but after a few minutes, I forgot to be nervous.
That is a beautiful sign. Your brain shifted from self-monitoring to communication. Let's talk about why this happens. At the beginning of learning English, your attention stays inside your head. You think about grammar, pronunciation, mistakes. But confident speakers move attention outward. They focus on meaning, on people, on ideas.
So, confidence is about attention.
Exactly. Where attention goes, confidence grows. If attention stays on mistakes, anxiety grows. If attention moves to connection, fluency grows. Today we explore another powerful psychological shift. Stop trying to sound perfect. Start trying to sound clear. Clarity builds trust faster than perfection. Let's imagine a real-life situation. You need to explain a problem at work. Many learners try complicated sentences. They think complexity sounds intelligent, but complexity often creates confusion. Listen to this example. Complicated version. "I would like to express the situation regarding the operational complication which occurred yesterday." Now listen to a clear version. "We had a problem yesterday with the system." Which one feels easier?
The second one, it sounds natural.
Yes, clear English is powerful English. Simple words carry strong ideas. Confidence grows when language feels manageable. Let's practice simplifying. I'll give an idea, you express it simply. Ready?
Ready.
You want more time to finish a project.
I need a little more time to complete the project.
Perfect. Professional, clear, confident. You didn't apologize, you communicated a need. Now another example.
You don't understand instructions. Old habit. Sorry, my English is bad. New confident habit. Could you explain that one more time?
That sounds normal.
Because it is normal. Even native speakers ask for clarification. Understanding is shared responsibility. Let's explore listening confidence. Many learners believe speaking is the hardest skill, but listening anxiety often creates speaking fear. Have you experienced this?
Yes, when someone speaks fast, I panic before I even answer.
That reaction is very common. Your brain thinks, if I don't understand everything, I will fail. But communication does not require 100% understanding. Confident listeners focus on key meaning, not every word. Let me teach you a powerful listening strategy. Listen for who, what, action, feeling. You don't need every detail. Let's try an example. I'll say a sentence naturally. We're planning to move the meeting because several team members are traveling next week. What are the key ideas?
The meeting will change because people travel next week.
Excellent. You understood the message without catching every word. Confidence grows when you trust partial understanding. Now, here's an important phrase every confident learner uses, just to confirm. This phrase is gold. It allows you to check understanding professionally. Example, just to confirm, the meeting is tomorrow at 10?
Oh, I like that. It sounds professional, not weak.
Exactly. You are managing communication. That is leadership. Now, let's talk about emotional recovery. Even confident speakers sometimes make mistakes. The difference is how they react afterward. Many learners freeze after one mistake. Their inner voice says, "You failed." But confident communicators continue. They repair and move forward. Let's practice recovery language. If you say the wrong word, you can say, "Let me correct that. What I meant was, actually, I mean," short corrections, no apology needed.
I usually say sorry many times.
Yes, and too many apologies interrupt flow. Correction is enough. Imagine this scenario. You say, "I finish the report tomorrow." Then you correct, "Sorry, I mean I will finish the report tomorrow." Conversation continues smoothly. Mistakes become small moments, not disasters.
That feels freeing. Mistakes don't stop communication anymore.
Exactly. Confidence grows when mistakes lose emotional power. Now let's explore another real-life situation, small talk. Many learners think small talk is unimportant, but small talk builds social comfort. It creates safe entry into conversations. Here are universal small talk topics: weather, workday energy, food, weekend plans, travel, daily routines. Simple topics create human connection. Let's practice a cafe conversation. I'll start. Busy day today?
Yes, a little busy, but good. How about you?
Nice. You returned the question. That keeps conversation alive. Now continue.
I'm looking forward to the weekend. Do you have any plans?
Excellent leadership again. Notice how questions guide flow. You don't need advanced English to build warm conversations. I realize something. When I ask questions, I stop worrying about mistakes.
Yes, curiosity reduces self-consciousness. And here's an important emotional truth. People rarely remember your grammar mistakes. They remember how comfortable they felt talking with you. Let's talk about speaking speed. Many learners believe they must speak fast to sound fluent, but fast speech often increases anxiety. Confident speakers control pace. Slow speaking is powerful. It gives your brain time. It gives listeners clarity. Try this exercise. Imagine adding small pauses. Instead of rushing, "I think we should start the project next week," try, "I think we should start the project next week."
That sounds calmer.
Yes, pauses signal confidence. You are not afraid of silence. Silence becomes part of communication. Now let's explore emotional authenticity. Many learners feel their personality disappears in English. Do you ever feel less funny or less expressive?
Yes, in my language, I joke a lot. In English, I feel serious.
That happens because emotional vocabulary develops later, but your personality is still there. You just need simple emotional phrases. For example, that made my day. I really enjoyed that. That's funny. I love that idea. These short expressions bring personality back. Let's try. Tell me something you enjoy.
I enjoy cooking at home.
Now add emotion.
I really enjoy cooking at home. It relaxes me.
Beautiful. Now your personality appears. Fluency includes emotion. Without emotion, speech feels mechanical. Now let's move into a deeper psychological layer. Many learners secretly believe, my ideas are good, but my English hides them. This belief creates hesitation. But here's a powerful reframe. Your English does not need to be perfect to carry intelligent ideas. Simple language can express deep thinking. Great communicators often use simple words.
That changes how I see speaking. I always try to sound advanced.
Advanced communication means clear thinking, not complex vocabulary. Let's do a leadership exercise. You will explain a simple opinion clearly. Topic: learning online versus learning in person.
I think online learning is flexible, but in-person learning helps motivation.
Excellent. Clear comparison, strong idea. You led a discussion using simple language. Now imagine a group conversation. Someone asks your opinion. Instead of saying, my English is not good, you say, I have a thought about this. That small shift changes your role instantly.
I feel like I'm becoming an active participant.
Yes, you are moving from observer to contributor. And here's something beautiful. Confidence spreads. When one person speaks openly, others relax too. Your courage helps the entire conversation. Now let's talk about fear of silence again. Many learners think they must respond immediately, but thoughtful pauses are respected. You can say, that's a good question. Let me think for a moment. These phrases buy thinking time gracefully.
I never knew pauses could sound confident.
They absolutely do. Fast answers show speed, thoughtful pauses show presence, and presence is powerful communication energy. Let's practice a longer role play. You are meeting someone at an international conference. I begin. What inspired you to attend this conference? That's a good question. I wanted to learn new ideas and meet people from different countries. Excellent. Continue leading. What about you? What interested you most?
Perfect conversational balance. You shared and invited. That is leadership. Now notice your emotional state. You are no longer apologizing. There is a stage in every learner's journey where something unexpected happens. You begin to notice that conversations no longer feel dangerous. They feel human. You still make mistakes. You still search for words sometimes. But fear is no longer in control. Instead, curiosity begins to lead.
I think I'm starting to understand that feeling. Recently, I joined a group discussion at work. I didn't plan perfect sentences. I just listened and spoke when I had an idea. And nobody reacted negatively.
That experience is very important. Your brain collected evidence that speaking English is safe. Confidence grows from repeated safe experiences. Today, we go deeper into conversational leadership, especially in longer interactions, because many learners can speak for 1 minute but feel nervous when conversations continue.
Yes, starting a conversation feels easier now, but keeping it going, that's harder. Sometimes I don't know what to say next.
That is completely normal. Conversation is not about always having something impressive to say. It is about continuing connection. Confident speakers use simple tools to extend conversations naturally. Let me introduce the 3-step conversation flow. Step 1, respond. Step 2, add. Step 3, ask. This structure keeps conversations alive. Let's see how it works. Someone says, I went hiking last weekend. Step 1, respond, that sounds fun. Step 2, add, I've been trying to spend more time outdoors lately. Step 3, ask, where did you go hiking?
Oh, that feels easy to remember. Respond, add, ask.
Exactly. You are no longer searching for perfect English. You are following a conversation rhythm. Let's practice. I'll start. I started learning photography recently.
That sounds interesting. I enjoy creative hobbies too. What kind of photography do you like?
Excellent. You kept the conversation flowing naturally. Notice something important. You did not need advanced vocabulary. You needed structure. Structure creates confidence. Now let's talk about another emotional challenge. Many learners fear long conversations because they worry about running out of English. Have you ever felt your energy drop during a conversation?
Yes, after a few minutes, my brain feels tired. I worry I cannot continue.
That happens because speaking a second language uses cognitive energy. Your brain is multitasking intensely. Confident communicators manage energy instead of forcing perfection. Here are 3 natural strategies. First, use reaction phrases. Short responses keep engagement without pressure. Examples: that makes sense. I see what you mean. That's interesting. These phrases buy thinking time while staying present.
I like that. It gives me space to think.
Exactly. Second strategy, echo keywords. Repeat part of what the person said. Example, person says, I changed careers last year. You changed careers. That must have been a big decision. Echoing shows listening and continues conversation easily.
That feels very natural.
Yes, many confident speakers use this unconsciously. Third strategy, shift focus back to the other person. People enjoy talking about experiences. You can say, how was that experience for you? What was the biggest challenge? What did you learn from it? Questions reduce pressure and build deeper connection.
I realized confident speakers don't carry the conversation alone.
Exactly. Conversation is shared movement. Now let's explore an emotional situation many learners avoid: group conversations with strong personalities. Maybe someone speaks very confidently. Maybe someone talks fast or dominates discussion. What happens to you in that situation?
I become quiet again. I feel my English is slower than theirs.
Many learners interpret speed as intelligence, but speed is only style. You do not need to compete with speed. You bring value through clarity and perspective. Here are powerful entry phrases for group discussions. I'd like to add another perspective. One thing I've noticed is, can I share a quick example? These phrases signal contribution respectfully. Let's practice. I'll act as a fast speaker. I need to change strategy quickly because the market is evolving rapidly and competitors are moving faster.
I'd like to add another perspective. Maybe we should also focus on customer feedback.
Excellent. You did not rush. You entered calmly. Calm energy often attracts attention more than fast speech.
I never thought calm speaking could be powerful.
It is extremely powerful. Calm speakers sound thoughtful and confident. Now let's talk about emotional resilience. Even confident learners sometimes experience awkward moments. Maybe you misunderstand a joke. Maybe you answer incorrectly. The old reaction is embarrassment. The confident reaction is lightness. You can say, "Oh, I misunderstood. Now I get it. Thanks for explaining." Humor and openness reduce tension instantly.
I usually feel embarrassed for a long time.
That happens when you attach identity to mistakes. Instead, treat mistakes as normal conversation events. They pass quickly if you let them pass. Now I want to introduce something very important: presence. Presence means you are mentally inside the conversation, not inside self-judgment. Let's try a small awareness exercise. Imagine you are talking to someone. Instead of thinking,
How is my grammar? Ask yourself, what is this person feeling right now?
That changes attention immediately.
Yes, presence creates empathy. Empathy creates natural communication. And suddenly, English becomes emotional connection rather than linguistic performance. Let's practice emotional listening. I'll share something personal. I felt nervous starting my new job last month. How would you respond with presence?
That sounds challenging. Starting something new can feel stressful.
Beautiful. You acknowledged emotion. That is advanced communication, even with simple language.
I see now. Confidence is not about showing perfect English, it's about showing understanding.
Exactly. Understanding builds trust faster than perfect grammar. Now let's explore storytelling confidence. Many learners struggle when telling longer stories. They worry about losing structure. Here is a simple storytelling formula: beginning, situation; middle, action; end, result or feeling. Let's try together. Tell a short story about learning English.
At first, I was afraid to speak English at work. Then I started practicing small conversations every day. Now I feel more comfortable sharing my ideas.
Wonderful storytelling. Clear timeline, clear emotion. You guided listeners easily. Storytelling is powerful because stories invite attention naturally. Now imagine using stories in real life, during interviews, networking events, friendship conversations. Stories help others remember you.
I think stories feel easier than explanations.
Yes, because stories are human, and English exists to share human experiences. Now let's address another hidden fear. Many learners worry about sounding childish because they use simple words. But simplicity is not childish. Simplicity is clarity. Many global leaders speak using simple English so everyone understands. Clear communication shows respect for listeners.
That removes a big fear for me. I always thought advanced English meant difficult words.
True communication is understood communication. Now let's practice extended role play. You are meeting international colleagues at a conference dinner. I begin. So, what motivated you to work in your field?
I've always enjoyed solving problems, and this field allows me to help people directly.
Excellent. Now extend the conversation using our three-step flow.
How about you? What inspired your career choice?
Perfect balance again. Now imagine the conversation continues. Someone else joins the table. Hi, may I join you?
Of course, we were just talking about career journeys. What do you do?
Beautiful leadership. You welcomed someone and guided conversation smoothly.
I noticed something new. I'm not thinking about English anymore. I'm thinking about people.
That realization marks a major psychological shift. English has moved from obstacle to bridge. And when that happens, confidence becomes sustainable, not temporary, not forced, natural. You begin entering conversations without preparing apologies. You begin trusting your ability to communicate meaning. And slowly, conversations stop feeling like tests. They begin feeling like opportunities.
There is a moment every learner reaches, sometimes quietly, sometimes suddenly, when English stops feeling like a foreign space. You enter a conversation, and instead of asking, "Is my English good enough?" you begin asking, "What do I want to say?" That moment is powerful because the focus finally moves from language to life.
I think I'm starting to feel that change. Before, English felt like a wall. Now it feels more like a door.
Yes, and today we complete the psychological shift we began together. You are no longer apologizing for your English. You are leading conversations with it, not because you became perfect, but because you changed your relationship with speaking. Let's look back emotionally. Not as a summary, there is a moment every learner reaches, sometimes quietly, sometimes suddenly, when English stops feeling like a foreign space. You enter a conversation, and instead of asking, "Is my English good enough?" you begin asking, "What do I want to say?" That moment is powerful because the focus finally moves from language to life.
I think I'm starting to feel that change. Before, English felt like a wall. Now it feels more like a door.
Yes, and today we complete the psychological shift we began together. You are no longer apologizing for your English. You are leading conversations with it, not because you became perfect, but because you changed your relationship with speaking. Let's look back emotionally, not as a summary, but as awareness. At the beginning, speaking English felt like entering a test. Your mind searched for mistakes, your body felt tense, your voice became smaller. But through practice, something new appeared. You learned to participate. You learned to stay present. You learned that communication is shared, not judged.
I noticed my inner voice changing. Before, it said, don't make mistakes. Now it says, just communicate.
That inner voice is the real teacher, and today we strengthen it one final time. Let's talk about ownership. Confident speakers own their space in conversations. They don't wait for permission. They don't shrink their ideas. Ownership sounds like this. I have an idea. I'd like to share something. Here's my experience. These are not aggressive phrases. They are grounded phrases.
I used to think confident English meant sounding like a native speaker.
Many learners believe that, but confidence is not imitation. Confidence is authenticity. Your English belongs to you. Your accent tells your story. Your rhythm reflects your culture. Your perspective adds something unique. English is a global language because millions of different voices use it. You are one of those voices. That makes English feel more welcoming. Exactly. Now let's imagine a future version of you. You walk into a meeting, or a classroom, or a social gathering. You feel a small nervous energy because you care. But instead of apologizing, you begin naturally. Hi, everyone. I'd like to share my thoughts. That's interesting. I have a question. You are present. You listen. You respond. You lead moments of connection without even noticing. That is confident English.
I want to keep that feeling. How do learners maintain confidence after this?
A beautiful question. Confidence is not something you achieve once. It is something you practice daily through small actions. Let me share 5 gentle habits that keep confidence growing. First habit, speak daily in small moments, not big speeches. Order food, ask questions, make comments. Confidence grows through repetition, not intensity. Second habit, celebrate communication, not perfection. After a conversation, ask, did I connect? Not, did I speak perfectly? That already feels healthier. Third habit, become curious about people. Curiosity removes fear. When you focus on learning about others, self-consciousness fades. Fourth habit, accept pauses. Thinking time is not failure, it is presence. And fifth habit, perhaps the most important, be kind to yourself in English. Speak to yourself the way a good teacher would speak to you, encouraging, patient, respectful.
I realize I was often my own harsh critic.
Many learners are, but language grows faster in supportive environments, even inside your own mind. Now I want us to experience one final extended role play together. Imagine this moment. You meet someone new at an international event. You feel calm curiosity. Let's begin. Hi, I don't think we've met yet.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Alex. What brings you here today? I wanted to learn new ideas and connect with people from different backgrounds.
Wonderful. Continue naturally.
How about you? What interested you in this event?
Excellent balance. Now imagine the conversation continues for 10 minutes. You listen, you laugh, you share stories, and suddenly you notice something important. You never apologized for your English.
Yes, I can imagine that now.
That imagined moment will soon become a real memory because confidence begins in imagination and becomes reality through action. Let's slow down together for a moment. Take a gentle breath. Think about your English journey. Every word you learned, every conversation that felt difficult, every moment you wanted to give up but continued anyway.
That effort matters. Language learning is an act of courage. Every time you speak another language, you step outside comfort and reach towards connection. And that is something to be proud of. I feel proud now, not because my English is perfect, but because I didn't quit. That pride is deserved. You showed persistence, and confidence grows from persistence more than talent. Before we close, I want to leave you with one simple mindset. You are not learning English forever. You are living your life in English more and more each day. English becomes part of your experiences, your friendships, your work, your dreams, your ideas. And when English becomes part of life, confidence follows naturally.
I feel ready to speak more, even if I'm still learning.
That is exactly the right place to be. Still learning, still growing, still speaking. Remember this. You do not need perfect English to start meaningful conversations. You only need willingness. Speak with curiosity, speak with kindness, speak with courage. And slowly you will notice something beautiful. You stop asking, "Am I good enough to speak?" And you begin realizing, "My voice deserves to be heard."